Hello guys, today I'm going to be giving you a bit of some tips on the pig. Now, I'm both a pig and huntress main, so I think I second huntress now. But the pig has a very high skill cap, so I hope you can see this. Anyways, let's start. I'll be giving commentary. Now, first tip is when you're patrolling gens, I recommend you crouch so that they won't hear your terror radius for a sneaky ambush attack. Because sneakily ambushing is one of the best features of the pig, as you get 0 terror radius, so it's good to come up on them and just do a stab and then initiate a chase. You'll see here I do that exact thing. When I crouch, I patrol. And you're about to see why crouching your patrolling is so good. See? She did not know where I was coming from, so she had to lay a quick ambush. And there was another one. So I initiate chase with the Claudette. So the Claudette... Now, let's pause it right there. Let's rewatch it again. The Claudette breaks away from the loop and instead tries to go on another loop, which ends up her getting downed. That was a very bad thing to do because she could have gotten some more loops in. But no, she tried to break away. And I bring her to a hook. I make a small mental note about my totem, but I really never check on it. And yeah, that. Now, during this game, I had no whispers, but I do run whispers now. And the best alternative to whispers is Bitter Murmur, because it allows tracking survivors to be much, much easier. So I hear that and I realize someone has cleansed a totem, so I'm like, hey. And you see here she tries to do a swift loop, but I managed to lunge it. And the window volts. Now the timer on a half alive has started, and I don't use Make Your Choice, which is not an entirely bad thing, but also not good. Because, well, Make Your Choice would have been so good right there. But it would have been harder to track, so I guess that's why I did that. And the gen goes in flames twice. I look around because I see scratch marks, but no, nothing. And I sneakily sneak. I get a false positive, and because they actually voted the windows, not the gen. Now Make Your Choice can be active. I don't hear anything, so I'm like, huh. I damage the gen and turn away. Now, that really was a bad move on my part. I should have checked around. And Make Your Choice comes on. And the Meg uses the pallet. And I'm not one to hit the Meg because I want to use Make Your Choice, but I can't find anyone, so I guess I just come back on the Meg. And she volts it. She runs past the hook and runs to the claw loop. Now, I played very smartly here. I let her use that pallet. Then I smartly act like I'm still giving chase, but then I backpedal. And this causes her to lose. Now, smart choice whenever you want to do is what you want to do is when they're about is when you know they're gonna vault the window, you go down, or if you're at the slope, you backpedal around to the window so that when they vault, you catch them. I check the locker because I thought someone was there, and I break the gen. Now at this point, it becomes real slow. As I hear someone go, I'm like, "Hi, Meg." And so starts this chase. Now she comes into the killer shack, and what she wanted to do, she wanted to run me to pallet, but she literally, alright, that was a bad move on Meg. That's what I'm trying to say. What Meg did, oh wait, I zoomed back too far. What Meg did is she tried to, she went through and then went back, thinking I was going around. And that's the power of cutting it off. But she didn't use the God pallet, which is good on her part, I guess. And I go down to the basement for the back hook. Because I run Iron Grasp. And now I hear gens and not kick it. Because I knew the person who was on that would go for that save. So I look around, trying to find. Barbecue and chili would have been real helpful, but I don't have it. And they go for the save. So I immediately come back, and just in time. She uses the God pallet even though she could have taken a hit. That was a real bad move because now it makes it much easier for me to loop. And I follow scratch marks. And decide to start eating every pallet. Just so it makes it harder. And I ignore all, oh wait, no, I come back. Oh yeah. So what I do here is I crouch through the jigsaw box since she keeps failing. And the Meg is right there. Wait, another Meg. And a timer hasn't started, I think. So anyways, I get this Meg. I place a reverse bear trap. If you're wondering why I have more reverse bear traps, I like to run Last Will. Because it's one of the best perks for me, at least. And I saw that Meg, so I'm now checking around for that Meg, and I see her. Now that Meg could have gone for that save, but she didn't, which is a good move on her part. She goes for the window, and I see the Claudette because she was trying to be a Blundet. And I feel like someone else is around here, so I check around, but that was a real bad move because I could have just kept chasing that Claudette. But I hear some moans or groans of pain, and I see the Meg. Now, I'm pretty sure the Meg does not have balance. Does the Meg have balance? Yeah, she did have balance landing. I thought she didn't, so I swung pretty early, but I should have checked. And I come back because I know I can't catch that Meg. She'll get me on loops. And so I checked the closest jigsaw box, and there she is. Line. Oh, borrow time. And she almost 360'd me, but that didn't work. And I decided to pick her up and go to the hook. Now I'm pretty sure she was on her third hook, so I think that's why she died. I think. Did she die? No, she didn't. I'm wrong. I break this pallet for easier looping. Or easier at least stopping. And I see the Meg wanting me to chase. And I respected it because I like to respect pallets so I don't get blood. But sometimes I don't respect pallets. Now, I overextended on that and I have make your choice. So I run back. Now, I don't go for her. I go for the other person. But I can't find. And Make Your Choice actually gets some usage. Holy God. And I know she's in that locker. So, I do that. And she dies on hook. And now for this little Claudette, who is like a blundette. I place a reverse bear trap and go. Now, I should stop, but now, just a tip. If you want to, you can use a lot of your reverse bear traps pretty good. And this Meg gets to save as I hit her. But she has a reverse bear trap, and I pick her up. And time to go on the hook. Boop. Now, that Meg should have, now, that Meg was pretty smart saving her, because then but it kind of wasn't. Because, I mean, she already has a reverse bear trap, so not many gens will be done. I'm conflicted on what the Meg did, because the Meg is pretty smart. SMRT. I mean, SMR. And I see the Meg. Now, I try to be sneaky, but I'm like, I know she knows me, so I'm just gonna put you out of your misery. And she could have gotten to that pallet. If she, hugged the pallet a bit more, she could have gotten that drop and Make Your Choices up. Now, I know Make Your Choices up, so respectively, I should go. Yep, I do. Now I slice this Claudette, and I see the last person, because Meg is a Meghead, aka Meghead. And the pallet here was broken. And by the way, don't use pallets in all of your areas, because then they'll just get you killed. Now, I try to run for that hook, but I'm like, nah. Which was a real bad move. I could have just kept walking, which wasn't a good move on my part. And I realized that. And 3, 2, 1. Okay, I was a bit late. But she got it. And she uses the pallet too early. And she gets that on hook. But I slice her. I'll let the Meg go. No, I don't. Huh, that's weird. I could have hooked to Meg and then chased the other Meg. There were so many Megs in this match, I don't know why. And also hitboxes. Well, I mean, my hidden blade's pretty long, so I guess that makes sense. And I grab the Meg head and go. No, wait, the other person was the Meg head. Anyways, with Iron Grasp, I get her dead on hook. And now you're going to see me a lengthy tutorial of how to not find a survivor, because this Claudette was really immersed. And Meg spins thinking she's going to be safe. Yeah, no, you're not going to be safe. Boom. And dead on hook. Now, for this part, I'm just going to, I think I can. Now I find the hatch and close it, and the person had adrenaline. Now I start patrolling the exit since I know she must be near one of them. And I'm like, maybe the other one? And sure enough, I was correct. And a sneaky ambush. And hitboxes that hit. I get her and bring her to the nearest hook. And she's likely dead on hook. She almost got that door open too. And max blood points too. And I shake my head in recognition.